Yggdrasil is an immense tree that sprang forth in the primordial void of Ginnungagap, unifying the 9 worlds of Asgard. LFHEIMR LJS LFHEIMR, Nyavellir Svartalfaheimer, Midgard Earth, JTUN HEIMR Midgard, Vanaheim, Niflheim, Muspelheim and Hel. The branches of Yggdrasil reach far into the heavens, supported by 3 roots that extend to the well of Urarbrunner, the spring of Vergelmir and the well of Misbrunner. The Norns, female entities who spin the threads of fate, draw the waters from Urarbrunner which they pour over Yggdrasil. The stags Den, Valen, Dunare and Durar continually feed on the tree. But its vitality persists evergreen as it heals and nourishes the vibrant aggression of life. On the topmost branch sits an eagle. The beating of its wings causes the winds in the world of men. At the foot of the tree dwells the great serpent Niger, gnawing at the roots whilst the squirrel Ratatoskr journeys back and forth with insults and messages. The existence of 9 worlds around Yggdrasil is often mentioned in Old Norse sources. But the identity of the worlds is often exaggerated in interpretation by 13th century writers Snorri Sturluson and varies in description from one poet to another. Asgard. Asgard is the home of the Sur, a ruling class of deities that includes Odin, Frigg and Thor. Snorri Sturluson writes that Asgard is a land more fertile than any other, blessed also with a great abundance of gold and jewels. The world is surrounded by an incomplete wall, attributed to a stone mason that Thor struck down when the gods learned he was a Hrimthurs in disguise. Asgard is also the location of Valhalla Hall of the Slain, an enormous feasting hall ruled over by Odin. In Valhalla, the dead join the masses of those who have died in combat known as Einherjar as they prepare to aid Odin during the events of Ragnarok. LFHEIM LJS LFHEIMR. LFHEIM is loosely translated as Land of the Elves or Elfland, and as the name suggests, is home of the JSLFAR light elves ruled by the goddess Freya. Alfheim also exists in the heavens, not far from Asgard, and was the home of the light or bright elves and, after Snorri. The elves are magical beings, bright and beautiful, who inspired the arts, music, and creativity in general. Nyavellir Svartalfaheimer. The realm of Nidavellir Svartalfheim was below Midgard, deep in the earth, and the home of the dwarves who toiled there at their forges. It is a dark, smoky place lit only by the fires from the forge and the torches on the walls. The gods seem to have decreed the realm of the dwarves based on their origin as given by Snorri in the Gylfafinning. The dwarves were associated with craftsmanship and magic. They created Thor's hammer Mjolnir and Odin's spear, and well as the god Frey's magic ship which can be folded up and carried in his pocket. They are also responsible for the mead of poetry which Odin steals from the giants and gives to the gods who then inspire poets, through drink, to create their verse. Midgard Earth. Midgard is a realm inhabited by a race known as humans, surrounded by an impassable ocean encircled by the great sea serpent Jormungandr. The gods of Asgard journey to Midgard via the Bifrost, a burning rainbow bridge that ends in heaven at Himmelberg, the residence of the god Heimdallr. According to the Edda's Icelandic literary works, Midgard will be destroyed at Ragnarok, the battle at the end of the world. Jormungandr will rise from the ocean, poisoning the land and sea with his venom and causing the sea to rear up and lash against the land. The final battle will take place on the plain of Vgrr, where Midgard and almost all life on it will be destroyed and sink beneath the waves. In the aftermath, Midgard will rise again, fertile and green in a new creation cycle. JTUNHEIMR Utgard. Jotunheim, sometimes referred to as Utgard, is the realm of the giants and frost giants and is located near both Asgard and Midgard. Jotunheim Utgard was considered beyond the realm of order, a primordial place of chaos, magic, and untamed wilderness. Loki, the trickster god of mischief, came from Jotunheim but lived in Asgard. Jotunheim was considered best avoided, but there are a number of tales involving gods of Asgard purposefully traveling there. It was separated from Asgard by the river Iving, which never froze and was difficult to cross. But Odin traveled to Jotunheim to Mimir's Well of Wisdom, and Thor also went there to the stronghold of the giant Utgarda Loki. Anything could happen to a person in Jotunheim, as the tale of Thor and Utgarda Loki makes clear. Nothing Thor experiences on his journey is what it appears to be, and at the end of the story, the stronghold and everyone in it disappears. Vanaheim. Vanaheim is the home of the Vanir, the other family of Norse gods, who were associated with fertility and magic. The Aesir went to war with the Vanir, but precisely why is unclear. It may be the war was fought over various practices of the Vanir which the Aesir considered unacceptable, such as allowing incest and practicing a kind of magic the Aesir thought dishonorable. Whatever the war was about, it was concluded by a peace treaty in which hostages were exchanged, and the Vanir see Njord and his 2 children, Freyr and Freya, went to live in Asgard. Niflheim. Niflheim, along with Muspelheim, is the oldest of the 9 realms, the primordial land of ice, mist, and snow, from whence all life began. Snorri equates Niflheim with Niflhel, which gave rise to his understanding of Niflheim as the location of Hel's realm. If Niflhel did exist in Norse cosmology prior to Christianity, as it seems to have, there is no mention of it in Niflheim, and it was probably an abode of the dead comparable to Tartarus in Greek mythology or the later depictions of Hell. A dark, dreary place where the souls of the dead are confined. It may have been located beneath Niflheim. Niflheim, however, has nothing to do with the realm of the dead per se. It is a cold and misty realm where no one lives, not even the frost giants. Odin is said to have thrown Hel into Niflheim and to have then given her power over the dead and the lives of those in the 9 realms. But it is thought that she would have passed through Niflheim and into Niflhel, which just means dark realm of Hell, where she then ruled. Muspelheim. Muspelheim is the primordial realm of fire, according to Snorri, which was instrumental in the creation of the world. The fire giant Surtur lives in this realm and will emerge at Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, to destroy Asgard and everything else. Scholars in the modern day, however, disagree with Snorri's interpretation, and believe that Muspel was originally a giant from a fiery world whose only function in original Norse mythology was the part he would play at Ragnarok. Hel. Hel, or Helheim, House of Hel, is one of the 9 worlds of Norse mythology. It is ruled by Hel, the monstrous daughter of the trickster god Loki and his wife Angerboda. This cold, dark and misty abode of the dead is located in the world of Niflheim, on the lowest level of the Norse universe. No one can ever leave this place, because of the impassable river Jul that flows from the spring Vergelmir and encircles Helheim. Once they enter Helheim, not even the gods can leave. Those who die of old age or disease, and those not killed in battle, go to Helheim, while those who die bravely on the battlefield go to Valhalla. The entrance to Helheim is guarded by Garn, a monstrous hound, and Majud. The giant Hresveld corpse eater sits at the edge of the world, overlooking Helheim. In the form of an eagle with flapping wings, he makes the wind blow. Like and subscribe.